to blow on you. I just had a piece of fluff on my camera and I didn't know what it looked like. That was a bit weird. I do humbly apologise. Hello. My name is Ellen Woodbridge. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. I love that I get to support all my customers and here in Australia, but I do also have a fantastic network of friends all across the world. So I do thank you for coming. Today I'm not necessarily making a card. I'm not putting that out of the realm of possibility. We may actually make a card, but what we are going to be doing is, hello Kerry, how are you? We are going to be playing with and stamping and using Stampin' blends and doing lots of things with our brand new in colors. So if you haven't heard of what our in colors are, we have our color family. So we have 4 color families. We have brights, we have subtles, we have neutrals, and brights. Maybe we have 3, no, and regals. How could I forget regals? And then we have 10 colors that are our in colors, and they come in groups of 5 and they have a 2-year cycle. So these are our brand new ones, so they're 2025 to 2027. So we have Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. They are our 5 in colors. So this was something we were able to do when I went away for the launch of this catalogue in March. One of my lovely friends did this for me, so it was a little hard in my electric wheelchair and with people everywhere. So I think my downline Katrina did this for me, which was amazing. So it shows the ink, the cardstock, and the markers. So there isn't anything for cloud cover, and I have spoken about this in a couple of other videos, unboxing, and I think in my catalogue walkthrough video. Cloud cover ink, so the ink that comes in our re-inkers, has had a chemical reaction with the foam pad in our large ink pads. So there is nothing wrong with, I just opened all my re-inkers. There's actually nothing wrong with the ink. It's just a chemical reaction between the 2 materials on some of the ink pads. So we are not selling the ink pads to customers. Demonstrators have had an opportunity to play potluck and see if they get a reacted ink pad, or they get an ink pad that hasn't reacted or reacted yet. I chose not to do that. Today I am going to ink up our ink spots, and I'm going to use that. I also have the markers, so the material inside our Stampin' Right markers is unaffected, and we also have our Stampin' blend. So this is a totally different ink completely to the re-inker, but the ink in our Stampin' Right markers and in the re-inkers is exactly the same ink. So that's a bit of what I'm going to do today. We're going to stamp on some of the new cardstocks. We're also going to stamp onto our basic white paper as well and see what happens, and I may do a quick card at the end from things that we've done. Who is here? Hello Miss Margine, hello Shari, and Lisa. Oh, you just ordered the markers, Anne. Awesome. Well, I hope we all learn something today. I'm sure I'm going to learn something. I did have to, because it's been a long time since I re-inked Stampin' Spot. So I did go and watch a couple of videos and go, how do I do this? How much ink do I need? Because I know I've over inked them before. So inking one up is going to be an adventure, and it's actually going to be the first thing that I do once we flip around, because we need the ink to settle. So that's something really important. We do need that ink to settle into the ink pad, so then we don't get a really, really inky image, which isn't ideal. So let's flip around and we will get going. So as I am doing this, can you tell me if you have already got the new ink colours, or you're waiting to see people play with them before you get into them? Okay, so let's do this. If you're wondering why my house is eerily quiet today, it's because it's just you and me here today. Oh, and of course, Miss Louisa. Everyone is out. Like, I mean, David's on the other side of the country. But yeah, everyone's out. And of course, I had to go out and run errands this morning. I had to buy a new dishwasher this morning. Our one has been playing up for a little while, so I waited for a special to happen and I went and bought one. So that was fun. Luckily, I knew what I wanted. I just had to go in there and literally put in the order. So I will get that next week. Oh, you have the multi-pack. So you have, you've got this one in. Great. Because we can't buy the ink pads in a 5-pack because of cloud cover. So we need to buy the ink pads individually, unlike what we normally do. You have the ink Stampin' right markers, blends and re-inkers should be here tomorrow. Awesome. Oh, and of course the cardstock ink. Of course. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, light is off, and let's see if I am actually emotionally ready to re-ink these re-inkers. So I have old boxes that I keep my re-inkers in, so these fit 5 perfectly, but I'm sure you've all got your own ways of storing them. So we get 5. Just let me double check that. 5. Yes, you get 5 uninked Stampin' Spots. Let me grab a new ink pad and I will be able to demonstrate. Just going to push this off to the side so you can kind of see it, but you kind of can't. So this is a fresh foam ink pad. It has actually been used, but it looks pretty fresh. And our Stampin' Spots have, like, they're hard. They're fabric, they're linen. If I'm going to grab my inky bone folder here, where our full-size ink pads are soft. They're very, very soft. Let me just wipe this off before I get, oh my dear word, under everything under my desk. Okay, and then I will grab another bone folder, and before we ink this up, you can see this is soft-ish, but it's a different kind of soft. So this is a linen material, and basically these are the 2 materials that ink companies use, and it is totally personal preference. We did change over many years ago. All of our ink pads were the linen, and we did change when we changed over our boxes as well. Okay, so I've just given this a bit of a swoosh around, a bit of a shake. Thank God that was easy to open. Great. Okay, so just let me get my hands here. What we are going to do is kind of evenly distribute the ink. So you can see I've put the ink down and you can see it seeping in. So I definitely know that is not enough. And as I am popping this ink down, it is sucking straight in. Okay, so I am holding this so we're not in one hot mess. And I'm actually not putting a whole lot of ink down, but you really can see it soaking in. But I don't want to drop it all in one place. I do want to make sure that I am just trying to be even. Give it a stop, see how it's all soaking in. Doesn't also help that I have a very sore finger at the moment. Change the way I'm doing that. So trying to be very even here. So we are very much getting there. Now, another tip I saw when I was watching some very old Stampin' Up videos, but they were very informative. Now, I want to stop right there. I think I actually may have over-inked that because it's actually looking quite wet on the top. So I think I went a little too far, but I'm going to set it aside, put the lid on, and set it aside and see. If not, I can stamp it off on a paper towel, and we can remove some of the ink. Now, this ink looks nothing like the paper. Okay, nothing like it. Yet, our strawberry slush, when we have that, looks very much like the paper. So I am going to grab old circle punch. If I had a smaller one, I'd use it, but I don't. Sorry, I had a bit of an avalanche of boxes here, and I am going to label this Stampin' spot so I know exactly what it is. Unlock my punch, put that strawberry slush just over here for a moment. I've got to work out what stamps I actually want to stamp with today. I want something fairly solid. Maybe, oh, that's perfect. And I might pop another one on for the bottom. Okay. So I'll grab some glue dots and I will do that at the end. But basically, because they're two separate pieces, one on the bottom and one on the top. Hello, Sue. Oh, you're not that late. You've missed me re-inking this. Oh, yeah, it still looks a little over-inked. I got a little bit zealous because I was chit-chatting away and not paying attention. So we're going to pop that to the side, And what I think I want to start with is a piece of basic white cardstock. So this is what I would use normally. Oh, I thought it was a big piece. That's okay. We can do this. These are just card front sizes. Okay. Oh, that actually might work well because I can do ink, markers, blends. That might work. Okay, maybe we use stripes and dots. So do I use like stripes or do I use polka dots? I'm thinking stripes. It might work well. Hey Lisa. Yeah. So I worked out what I was doing with this because when I unboxed it, I said I didn't know whether I will keep the outside of it. But I decided not to because I forgot. It's been a while since I mounted a cling stamp set, and I forgot I stick them on the sticker backing because they cling quite nicely and they don't move anywhere. So I'm going to use the diagonal stripes from the new Dots and Stripes stamp set. So you can use them all together or they are all separated. So great way to get lots of basic patterns in one stamp set, which I love. Okay, so just pop that back so it's out of the way. And I think I'm going to need a scrap piece of paper as well, because some of these ink pads I haven't used yet, so we'll see how we go. Just pop that there. And we're not going to use the re-inkers today other than what I've already done, stamping up the cloud cover. Okay, so let's start. Oh, brand new stamp. What do we do for a brand new stamp? And this goes for photopolymer and our cling stamps, which is the red rubber. That had a little bit of a sheen to it. So I literally just rub my hand over it. Now it's dull, and that has just taken off any manufacturing film, and it's not a film you can peel off. It's just, I don't know how to describe it, but most people call it a manufacturing film. So let's ink this up. And now that has beaded up a little bit, which actually tells me this is a very inky ink pad. So you can see the splotchiness there just on the scrap. So you can either remove the ink, or I can take my ink bone folder and I can just push the ink deeper into the ink pad, and then I just wipe off any excess and we try again. So I'm going to show you now. We do have a little bit of beading, but it is nowhere near as severe as what it was with our first inking. This is why we try all the things. So it's not the best cardstock, it's just scrap, but you can see there is less beading up, and you do have a cleaner image. And of course, the more you use a stamp set, the better it works. Okay, so we are just going to go for it. I'm going to leave it here for the ink to transfer. Now, that has beaded. Unfortunately, I need to manufacturing residue. That's perfect way to put it, Lisa. Because what I could do, and this is really an easy way to do it, is I do that to get ink off my ink pad. Now, it's only cardstock, so that's a much better result. Okay, take two. We're all doing this together. That is so much nicer. There is still a little bit of, it will smooth out, but you can see just by taking that big bit of ink off, I have got a better stamping result. Okay, so you've seen a couple of ways we can try and fix that. Okay, so it's only ink and we are only playing today. Now I need to clean, so this is going to be my scrap. I do need to clean this. I am actually going to grab out my Stampin' scrub. So most of the time you see the ink pads that I choose are actually photopolymer ink pads, which clean really well with the Stampin' scrub, and I just use demineralized water. For our red rubber stamps, we have Stampin' Mist, which is a cleaner and a conditioner in one. And this is a Stampin' scrub. So this side cleans, this side dries. And then you're ready to go into your next colour. So I just get the excess ink off, give it a scrub. You can see it's wet. Give it a dry and it's all ready to rock and roll. I need to find a space. Oh, sorry guys. I need to find a space for everything here. What's going on? There we go. Sorry, my live feed just halted for a second. Okay, Timid Tiger. I'm just grabbing these out randomly. I'm not planning anything in particular. That is the one. Now, I am just trying these as I open them. Yeah, I think that one is maybe not as bad as the previous one. Maybe. But I would like to grab my inky one again and give this a massage down. So sometimes the ink pads just come super inky. I would prefer them to be over inked because I can fix that rather than under inked. Hey Margaret. It is the best cleaner. I just prefer not to use my photopolymer stamps in it because inherently they are full of ink. I do clean mine, but they are full of ink, and I just prefer not to have super stained photopolymer ink pads. Okay, so let's go here. So we're using the same stamp for everything because it is fairly solid. Okay, that stamped quite nicely. Happy with that. Close the ink pad because we all know what disasters can happen when you drop an ink pad. Okay. And this whole wetter ink pad situation is the whole reason I normally do a test stamp before I stamp anything onto a project, because I want it to look a certain way, and if I need to put ink in my ink pad or I need to smooth the ink out on the ink pad. It gives me the opportunity to do all of those things. Okay, nice and clean. So it doesn't bubble up or anything like that, but it gives you a great clean. So it's not like suddy, if that makes sense. When I just wash it out in the sink, and I use a scrubbing brush and a little bit, just a couple of drops, if that, of dish soap, and just scrub it, and all the ink comes out. And then I leave it in an A to drain out. Okay, must remember I have the good one in front of me. That's okay. We can see this over inked section did actually dry out or dry in really well with the Timid Tiger. So we are going with Darling Duckling, and that's not as bubbly as what the Strawberry Slush was, but still I am going to do our thing and just push the ink. So it's just like buttering a piece of toast. I'm not going straight down. I do have my ink bone folder. You can also massage it with the back of a spoon. There are lots of different techniques. I just happen to have a bone folder dedicated to the task. Okay, so now we are going to give this a go. So definitely less over inking or excess ink. Okay, not too bad. A little bit on the edge there and there, but hopefully that will smooth out. Now, I could have been rotating this each way and we could have got more of a chevron pattern, but I only thought of that just now. So that's not really very smart, is it? Okay, so we are going to go with our Secret C, and then we will play with our cloud cover, and I'll work out how badly I stuffed that one up. Now, technically, because I am going from a yellow to a very, very dark blue, I really don't need to do any extra cleaning other than what I have, but I will still clean it. Hey, Ida, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay. Probably I scrub too much, but you know, you just kind of get in the rhythm and you go for it. So, Secret C, where's my other piece? Got this piece. It was under my cleaning cloth. Oh, okay, right. Now, you can also ink it up this way, not into the ink pad. So, let's give this a try on this one. Oh, that actually is pretty good straight up. I don't think I need to do anything with that one. I was pretty happy first time with that. There's a little bit of bubbling, but I think being such a dark color, it's not as much of an issue. Okay, so I do kind of keep all these samples together, especially getting to know new colors. It certainly does help me work out what the color looks like on white cardstock And then I will go in, oh, I should have been doing it at the same time, going in with our coloured cardstock. But that's okay. I may do something different on the coloured cardstock. If not, we're just here for longer stamping away. Okay, I definitely need to clean this. There's a non-negotiable there. And then I can show you how I use a Stampin' spot on not a tiny stamp. So you definitely can use your Stampin' spots on larger stamps. Now, I am just going to test our cleanliness there. Okay, you can see there is a little bit of a hint there. That means I really need to clean my Stampin' scrub. It's okay. It's going to happen, just maybe not today. Seriously. Oh, it's turned over. I am going to grab another scrap piece, because these two pieces, besides the bubbly strawberry slush, they're looking pretty good. They've dried back quite nicely. Okay, just going to pop these up there to the top. Oh, no problems. Thank you so much, Anne. I will see you on the replay. Hey, Tanya. Leslie, I think I said hello, but if I didn't, hi. Okay. Oh, I just got the edge of that. That is actually looking less over inked than what I anticipated. So this is cloud cover. I do have ink all over my hands here. Whoa, that is basically liquid. Okay, I need to take some ink off of this, but oh, look at that color. It's so beautiful. Okay, whoa, that was a lot. Okay, I wasn't wrong when I said I over inked this. And you can see we do not want liquid going onto our stamp. Okay, and of course I just dropped it onto my surface. How are we going now? If I can hold this, still a bit inky. Okay, I'm just going to wipe this. I'm going to see how this looks. That is our good one. This is our test one. Okay, I just want to see how that inked. So it didn't ink too badly. Because I can't really butter this, I just want to take some more ink out. Now, leaving this overnight or for a longer period may actually be a really good thing, but we don't have that luxury. So you want to see the ink come all the way down the side, Tanya, but I was kind of deep in my own thought and chat while I was doing it, and when I went on the hunt for, see, that's still coming on a little bit splodgy. I'm hesitant to take too much more off, actually. Okay, let's just give this a go. Okay, it's just going to be what it's be. It's still going to be, oh, that's worse than the first one. Damn. Oh, that one's so much better. Why, I tell you. But you can see it's a beautiful blue with a hint of grey. That's annoying. Do you know what? I'm just going to ink it up again. So you can swipe or you can pounce. I'm just pouncing. We're going to do it twice. I'm going to make sure it is actually offset. These are only samples. Okay. Let's see. That's still splotchy as well. Nah, it's fine. It's all good in the end. Okay. Now, we are going to start with cloud cover next time. Okay, so that is our inking on to this. I need some more basic white paper. That's what I need. And this time we're going to go through the Stampin' Right markers and the Stampin' blends, and then we're going to look at inking on coloured cardstock as well. And I'll just cut this other one so I know what size it is. So I generally cut my basic white into card fronts, so 1/2 centimetre smaller, ready to go to mount onto a coloured card base. So I normally have a stack. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have a stack, but that's okay. So, Stampin' Right markers, exactly the same ink as our ink pads. It's just they are in a marker form. I'm having to use other fingers because my middle finger that I use all the time, my nail broke. And my nail lady is currently quite injured and isn't available to fix anything. So let's kind of go in the order that we went this time. So we have a brush end, put it in carefully, and we have a bullet end. Okay, so let's do our bullet. Then I don't do these swooshy things very well. And then do our brush. So you can see the different thicknesses. This bullet end, great for writing, great for very fine areas. Timid Tiger. So I just don't have the freeness to be able to do that, but that's okay. It's a representation and that's all we need, isn't it? So does anyone have a favorite in color yet? I love Strawberry Slush, and we've had Strawberry Slush before as an in color, so that's Darling Duckling. I think Strawberry Slush, I do love cloud cover. We are just going to have to, there we go, we're just going to have to find ways and not over ink the ink pad, put the ink pad up the right way. I'm just going to do a swipe across the top of the ink pad. I think that will make me feel better. Timid Tiger, it's actually really nice to have. Ooh, Secret Sea is lovely too. It's a really, really dark blue, and it is different to Night of Navy. I did do a bit of a color comparison video, and it is very different to Night of Navy. I like them all. If I had to choose one, it'd be Timid Tiger. Wow, I didn't expect that response. Tanya's between Cloud Cover and Secret Sea. Does Darling Duckling have a green base? I'd say maybe a very slight green base. I'll grab out a couple of our, please excuse me. Have a drink, Helen, have a drink. I will grab out, try that again. I'll grab out a couple of cardstocks and do a bit of a comparison. I don't mind doing that. Yeah, and we can have a look. It's just, it's a yellow that we've never had before, Lisa. It's a bit hard to explain. Yeah, I'll show you just let me pop these away, because I don't really have, I haven't bought markers in a few years because I generally don't use them. Oh, do you know what we could do? I could colour each one of these a different colour and then stamp them. I'm going to do that in a second. This is the cardstock. I don't know if everyone could give the opinion for Lisa, if this casts green. I am going to grab a piece of Daffodil Delight for comparison. Okay, so I'd love everyone to weigh in because everyone looks at colour very differently. So that's the difference. I mean, there is the colour that you can't deny, and the colours that go in to make it up. Okay, so what I said I would do is not drop this. Hold it properly. Where is my... Okay. So I just swoosh that across the top, and then I'm going to try my other idea. So then we get true representation of that colour, of the cloud cover on that piece. But isn't that cool? Just me trying to get off some of that extra ink. Doesn't that look great? Shame it's not our proper cardstock. I saw someone use the score tool against the colour of the score tool. Okay, Leslie. I saw someone use the score tool and against the colour. Oh, it took on a greenish base. Okay, right. I'm with you. Yep, all good. I'm there going, I'm not sure I'm following you there. Okay, so let's get these all out again. And let's stick with our order, because this is what the Stampin' Right markers are really, really great for. And it is individually colouring areas on a stamp. So that's Strawberry Slush, and I'm just using the edge of the brush. I'm not using the tip, just the edge. Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling. Now don't worry that these inks are drying. I'm going to rehydrate them, so going as quick as I humanly can. Secret Sea, and you've got the dark, the brush thick and the bullet thin. Secret Sea. Oh, so dark, but in the best kind of way. Okay, Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. Okay, so there is full ink on there. Okay, so I'm going to huff on this to rehydrate. And the colours come back up. And then we are going to stamp down there. Just if you ever wondered other ideas. Now, if I was quicker, that would have come out. But don't the colours look great together? They're lots of fun. That's okay, Leslie. I just kept on reading it to make sure I was understanding it. Okay. I could have also done a spritzing on that. Okay, so I can definitely put those away now. But if you use a stamp positioner, that would also work, because you can stamp one, then colour the next, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Stampin' Blends. Have not even opened these, contrary to what this looks like. Haven't opened them. So is everyone liking seeing how all the different mediums come out? Okay, this is good. I'm getting rid of rubbish before rubbish day tomorrow. So our Stampin' Blends are alcohol markers. Great for colouring, for shading, because we have a light shade and a dark shade. We also have a brush end, and for our thinner end we have a bullet end as well, but different ink formulation. This is the Stampin' Right markers are the same as our ink pads, and these are not the same as everything because these are alcohol, so they dry really quickly and you don't get the stripes or the texture when you colour with these. They blend beautifully. Okay, I went a bit heavy with the dark, but you can see they're the same but different. Okay, so next is our Timid Tiger, and how funny that I'm pretty much wearing, maybe it's darker than Strawberry Slush, but one of my favourite colours. Oh, other way. But just playing like this and not having a particular project in mind is a great way to get to know your colours. Okay, so Timid Tiger. So this is the light. So sometimes with the Stampin' Blends, one of the colours matches perfectly. So it was the dark with this with the Strawberry Slush, and with the Timid Tiger it looks like it's the light that is the true colour. And then we can blend them in the middle, but I am just looking at getting colour swatches at the moment and not going overboard. Okay. Just rip it open. Okay, so Darling Duckling, and this will give me a bit more of a look at this colour base, because we get the, this is the dark, and that appears to be the true tone, and this is the light. Oh, there isn't actually much difference between the two. sometimes that happens. Just want to, there is a difference, but just going to see by adding 2. There you go. They do go extremely well together. Okay, secret C. Which end am I opening? I am opening this end. And getting everything stuck. So this is the light. Oh, super juicy. I mean, the other ones were juicy, but just the way that Secret C went down, stunning. Okay, and the dark. I see, I would have said the light was the true colour, but it is definitely the dark. Especially if you want to match something perfectly, it's nice to know. Okay, now the cloud cover, and these can go in the basket because I haven't taken the old colours out of my storage yet. Okay, they all got stuck on the way out. I nearly tipped my whole bin over. Okay, and we go light. Whoops. Ah, see, that's looking very grey compared to the Stampin' Right marker and the ink pad. Interesting. I mean, as I said, I don't know that this is a true representation because the re-inker is so... That's interesting. Very interesting, because I would say that is a grey. Has anyone else found that? I'm going to do another one at the top. Because that one was pretty crap. Okay. Oh no. Do I have the right colour lids? I appeared to. Yes. Okay. Right, Tanya. Okay. I mean, it's still good, and it still fills a hole in our blues, because that's the wonderful thing about these. The colours fills holes of what we've done or what we don't have. So that's the opportunity we get with the ink colours, to rotate colours and fill holes. So marker, blend. I probably should be writing on this. Oh dear. I don't really want to write with a purple pen. I was writing just before I found it, right next to my post-it notes. So we have slush, strawberry. I better write it perfectly. Well, not that my hands are great today. Strawberry, timid tiger, darling duckling, Secret C. And cloud cover. So marker and blend. I'll know, but if someone else looks at it, like one of my team members, they'll know. Do I need to write on these? Do I really? I probably should, but they look good. I'm just going to leave it. And now let's go back and play with the actual cardstock, because we know stamping cardstock on like their color on cardstock can garner very, very different results. I'm actually thinking of changing tact and going with the polka dot, because hello Bev, oh no, that's not good, Bev. Well, you can go back and watch a replay, hopefully. Oh no, I think the stickers have stuck together. Yep, that's what happened. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Okay, and see how we go. Now you can still see that that ink is still pushed into the ink pad. So fingers crossed that we are all good. So I'm thinking if I do it like this, I've got like the normal cardstock, then I've got the inked cardstock. So it's actually a full strip of a sample. Okay. And once again, we are going to clean between each one. So it doesn't matter what order I do these ones in, really and truly. Okay. I think I can go into the Timid Tiger, no issues here. Let's see. So is what I'm showing you today changing your opinions about colours? Or like Lisa was asking, do you want to see these colours with anything? Okay, so they do stamp darker on cardstock. I have seen in the greater crafting community that a lot of other companies, when you stamp with the matching ink on the matching cardstock, it almost fades into it. And no, they don't look like they have a greenish tinge. I'll wait, it is drying back, but yeah, so when you get the matching ink with the matching cardstock, you can't do what we can do with our ink pads. Like, it's not designed to stamp the same color on the cardstock. I've noticed some YouTubers talking about that, and I'm there going, well, why would you want that? Like, I don't know. I think because I've been around Stampin' Up, besides scrapbooking with Creative Memories, which had nothing to do with actual stamping, but I think I've always been around Stampin' Up, and it's always been that everything coordinates. and that we can ink, and you can see the ink and it doesn't slink away into the paper, and then you're there going, oh well, what do I ink with now? Yeah, I was quite taken aback when I've seen that a number of times recently. So I'm very glad that our ink colors match the paper, but you can stamp them together and actually see what you're stamping. That's basically what I was trying to say before I went off on that tangent. But yes, so I don't just watch Stampin' Up! People is what I basically told you. I do get inspiration from other crafters and other companies. I don't buy other companies. That would just be silly. I'm getting ink everywhere on me. Okay, so we've got 3 so far. Lucky these are just my sample cardstocks because I'm now getting ink all over them. Yeah, I don't know also, Leslie, because I've got it next to Timid Tiger, I may actually put it on basic white and just see how it casts then. Okay, so I've done Strawberry Slush, Secret Sea, and then I will want to do Cloud Cover. Or maybe I do Cloud Cover first, because that would just be easier doing a lighter colour before I do a darker colour. Okay, so let's see how we go with this, hey? For those of you that are coming a little late, I over-inked my ink spot. I'm very annoyed. I have tried to take ink off and I just don't know where I'm sitting. It doesn't look over-inked anymore, but yeah. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. So, yeah. Okay. And then we will get the trimmer out and trim these. Okay, still looking over-inked, but we shall see how that dries back. So you can see how everything's drying back really nicely. I am not even going to bother to clean the cloud cover because the Secret Sea is so blue and dark blue, and I've now finally, I can say Secret Sea without saying other blues that Stampin' Up! Once upon a time had. Yes, not that the colours were anything the same, but the names were. So yes, I don't know if Bev's got there yet, but where there was a bit of a, oh my God, are we ever going to get the name of this correct? And I think I'm there. Okay, so that's our 5 colours there. So this is where you tell me if you want to see any comparisons, because I am more than happy to show you. Oh, I'll show you that now that that's dried back really nicely. I can definitely show you that on, there we go, lovely. And I will clean our diagonal stripe as well. Oh, I need a bit more. A little bit's going over because I do have the heater on next to me. I can't decide whether I'm comfortable, hot or cold today. There we go. That came off now. Now I just want to check this. That one came out fine. Oh, because the ink had, the ink had dried on that one. That's why it was a little harder to get off. Okay, just need to close this ink pad. Okay, great. Ink pads, 4 ink pads and the cloud cover. I will put away these stamps. So these are from the Stripes and Dots. So fantastic basic patterns. If I can get this off the block. Getting these off the block the first couple of times, it's an effort. Okay, so I will just go this way, pop it down. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be mostly on the area so it doesn't fall off and get dusty on the outside. There we go, that's good. Clean, dry, away and ready to use another day. I did not mean to make that rhyme. Oh my dear word. Okay, so let's trim these off. I wonder if I can find a good measurement to get these at. 3.5, which is just under 1.5. Oh, not really, because I left dots. That's okay. All is good. I'm just going to eyeball it. They all do not need to be the same size. Well, they are roughly because of the stamp, but I've stamped some closer to the edge than others. All is good. So these are really good representations of the colours. Hello Charlotte, how are you? So no one wants me to show them any colour comparisons? I'm more than happy to, although I know I did in a previous video, but that was then. This is now. You've seen a bit more of the colours today. I'm going to get that basic white for the Darling Ducklings. I've got my 5 here. There we go. And big piece of basic white to see if that changes the cast at all. Okay, so that is just the cardstock. You'd like to, well, what do you want to see compared? And that is the inking. So I will go back and pop in that color comparison video. Actually, I'll do it now while I'm thinking about it. Okay. Was it on here? I don't know that it was. I think it was an uploaded video. Yes, it was. There we go. And copy video link and drop it in the description. So you'll need to refresh after I drop it in here. Sorry, guys. Oops, there we go. I can't even spell today. So hopefully when I come back, I'll have some suggestions that you'd like to see. If not, that's okay as well. Sorry, I'm reaching way too far and I'm all fingers and thumbs. So I think you'll just get my arm in the video, my shoulder. Okay, and save, and let me come back here. No, that's not working. There we go. Oh, cloud cover compares to smoky slate. Now that's one I don't think I did actually, because they're two colors I wouldn't think as being close at all in color, but that is a fantastic request. So, cloud cover and smoky slate. Definitely very different. Tell me what you think. That's okay, no problems at all. Yeah, that's one I wouldn't have even thought, but if I pull back in this Stampin' Blend, even though we said the Stampin' Blend looked very grey, when I put smoky slate behind it, oh, see, I can see more blue in real life. How fun is that? Okay, you now got me curious. I want to compare smoky slate blend and the cloud cover blend. You've opened Pandora's box, Charlotte. I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, just let me put that white away so I don't get any ink on it. But very interesting. Okay, so this is smoky slate. So white. Oh, see, looking at it now this way, how interesting. Okay, smoky slate, light and dark. And let me go cloud cover, light and dark. Yes, it does. That's exactly right, Charlotte. Like, there is a greyness to it, absolutely. But the greys are still grey. Oh, see, it's just not quite as blue as the ink and the cardstock. It's interesting. It's definitely more grey. It's more grey, but it's not grey. So this one is slate and this one is cloud. And then you put that behind it, and it's definitely cloud. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I love it when people go, I would never have thought to compare it with slate, ever, smoky slate. So if you've got anything else, please tell me. If not, I do have to make lunch and get ready for a meeting because life is busy at the moment. I don't want it to be this busy, but alas it is. But I can stay for a little bit longer if anyone else wanted to look at anything. So what we have been playing with, I'll get rid of the big pieces of paper because I don't need those anymore. So what we have been looking at today are our 2025 to 2027 in colours. So this was something that we could do a comparison with cardstock, with Stampin' Right, with the ink pads, and with the Stampin' Right markers. So I just, for anyone who wants to know what they were missing, I did ink up an uninked stamp spot with the cloud cover re-inker. Okay, so I did that, and our results of using our inks were as so. I'm still not getting the results I want with cloud cover, but I think I need to let this settle, and if not, I need to remove more ink. Okay, re-inking is sometimes you want to do it the night before you're going to use it, or you don't ink it, you ink it less than what you think, and then you go from there. So Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, Secret Sea, Cloud Cover. And actually my test one, I got a better result because I removed more ink between these two. But anyway, I was kind of playing with the markers on the stamp and huffing on it. Didn't huff on it enough, and I've got some air flow in here which wasn't helpful. Next we went through the markers, so I showed both ends of the markers. Now the markers are the same ink as our ink pads. Okay, exactly the same ink. They are just in marker form. So you have your bullet end and we have our brush end. And I used the brush end to colour each stripe, and then I huffed on and stamped it. Okay, then we went on with our Stampin' Blends. So these are our alcohol markers, great for colouring, and we have light and dark in every colour. Okay, and one and always either the light or the dark are the true colour. So here we've got the dark, the dark, the dark, the dark, and the dark. So they are all the true colours. It's not always the dark, sometimes it is the light. Or it might be the light with the Timid Tiger, you know. It's very close. It could be either, but that's kind of how it goes. And finally, besides doing a little comparison, we went on with our coloured cardstock and stamped with our ink on the coloured cardstock, which is just a fantastic feature of our inks and cardstocks, that we can get such a beautiful tone-on-tone image. Actually, I'm going to put them this way. That will be smart. We can get such a beautiful tone-on-tone image, and it's not a watermark. So if I wanted something lighter than this, I would go in with my Versamark ink pad, and that will be more subtle than what we've got now. So they are our 5 colours using cardstock and the ink pads. And then finally, Charlotte did want a slate and cloud cover comparison, which I was more than happy to do. So re-inkers, if you would like to get them, so they are available in all 5 colours. The ink pads are available in 4 colours, but as I said, you can ink an uninked Stampin' spot with our re-inker to create cloud cover. I will get back to you on the cloud cover situation, and then we have our 10 Stampin' blend, so light and dark of each colour. So I'm hoping this was a helpful expedition. Yes, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to pop it in the comments. Also, all these products are available in the online store, all the cleaners, all the colour products, everything's available except for the punch that I used at the start to mark my Stampin' spot, because it looks really dark. It looks nothing like cloud cover. So my spots, my circles are around here somewhere, and yeah, I did do that. Ah, hello Donna and Dawn. I am just signing off. So hopefully you enjoy the replay. I will be back on Tuesday, hopefully. Tuesday is when my dishwasher is getting delivered and installed. So on Facebook, I will keep you updated. I will hopefully know on Monday an approximate time of when the dishwasher is being delivered. So have a wonderful weekend. I hope it is a crafty one, and I shall, oh yes, Charlotte, my current dishwasher is not washing my dishes well. I'm spending a lot of time hand washing. So yeah, oh, my pleasure, girls and guys. I'm more than happy to help and explain things. So I hope I did that well enough. But yes, I shall catch you next time, and I promise we will make a card. Bye.